Well, it looks like it's finally here. Marvel's fourth attempt at the Fantastic Four. And might I say, it is fourth time's the charm. Fantastic Four. And might I say, it's downright fantastic.
Say that again?
Honestly, I've been very hyped for this movie. This is my second most hyped movie of the year, second to Superman. And honestly, I am so hopeful for this. It looks like it's like this cool retro space age type film with a great cast, and honestly, it looks fantastic. So with this, I want to use this as a way to look back at the previous Fantastic Four films. We're not looking at the one from 1994 because that wasn't like properly like released, and honestly it was just like a way to get like the rights to it, even though from what I heard there's like a lot of love put into that movie. So we won't be covering that. We're going to be covering the 2000s Fantastic Four movies, along with Fan Four Stick, along with any other appearances that they've had in movies and media. And to start off, we have the most famous one that most people are familiar with and was successful at the box office to lead into its sequel, 2005's Fantastic Four.
It's clobbering time!
It's catchy, right?
Now, I gotta say, I have a lot of nostalgia for this movie because even though I grew up during, the MCU's, rise, on DVD, like both at home or like at families, there was, the Fox X-Men films, the Spider-Man Raimi films, and these ones as example. So I have a lot of love for them. So as much as I know like their faults, because when I say this, these are not good movies. I might, see them as like these like cheesy, fun, good times, but they are not good by any stretch of the by any stretch of the imagination. Because the 2000s in general kind of just got rid of the whole like comic book sense. Like this doesn't feel like a comic book really. Like it's just so toned down and kind of just like weak, honestly. Like you'll see as we get to examples.
You actually go outside in these things?
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Going to war or a circus?
What'd you expect? Black leather?
Owen Grufford is a really good Mr. Fantastic. I like the fact that he has like this awkward, like dorky sense to him. I think that's pretty good. Jessica Alba is doing her best, and it's not her fault. If you just look it up, they did her so dirty. They basically didn't want her to have like emotions and just have her look hot. If she did like any other expression besides looking hot, they were like, no, you can't do that. And along with that, she's just wasted because she's just the girl, but I'll get into that later. Chris Evans as Johnny Storm is pretty damn good. I love the 2000s edge he has to him. It's pretty damn nice. Michael Chiklis as the Thing, he is carrying this movie on his back. I love the drama that he has about how he's like this like rock monster now. Like the Thing has always been like my favorite in the Fantastic Four. Okay, maybe the Human Torch, but it depends how I feel. But honestly, it's pretty damn good. The practical effects in this movie, especially on the Thing, it is pretty good for the time. I think the only bit of CGI that's like wonky to me nowadays is Mr. Fantastic whenever he stretches, and just in general, I think it's very hard to adapt in media. Like in live action. I think that's why they didn't really do that for Ms. Marvel, because both being on a Disney Plus budget and just in general, it just doesn't work, honestly. One of the major problems with this movie is that it's just so much forced drama for like no reason, especially with Sue and Mr. Fantastic, as we'll get to later. The story, it is just what's really dragging this down. It is just so weak, as it just goes from like them getting their powers, experimenting with them, trying to find a cure, and then Doctor Doom just killing board members and just going crazy. And the problem with a story like this is the fact that whenever your whole point, like focal point is like them trying to cure their powers, it's like we all know at the end of the movie they're gonna keep having their powers. They're the Fantastic Four. Like, come on, no shit. So it's kind of like boring to see them go through all this to you kind of knowing it's not gonna happen at that point. There's stuff in between that's very like kind of interesting. I like the stuff with Johnny and doing the like extreme sports because it's like 2005. Like I said, The Rock. Wait. The Thing is the emotional core of this movie, especially with the bits with him finding his new love of his life and his previous ex, like his wife, I think, dumping him. It's a very small scene, and I know a lot of people bring it up going like, oh, practical effects, they were the best back in the day, they were amazing. Is whenever he's like trying to pick up the ring that his wife, dropped on the street. It's an amazing scene. It's fantastic. God damn it. It's really good, honestly. I think with that bridge scene, I could also cross over into how this movie has like 2 action sequences, and that's downright like horrendous to me. And I guess with the other final battle with Doctor Doom, it's awful. Doctor Doom is awful because if you know Doctor Doom, he's like this like cool sorcerer with like magic and technology. But here he's like just an evil businessman, and that's it. Like it's so boring. It's kind of like Norman Osborn from like Spider-Man, like beat for beat with the same like board member scenes where they go like, "You're out, Norman," and he goes like, "You know how much I sacrifice." But with like Norman, that's cool because it's like Willem Dafoe is doing like a great performance, along with that Norman Osborn is already like a business guy. But here, it's kind of just played straight. And along with The Thing, here's the thing, is, like I said, the script is just working against this. Because, as I said, with the forced drama in this movie, it just doesn't work. Because I feel like you need to have really good writers and able to make, the Fantastic Four be able to, have, like, disagreements and, like, be able to, like, be, like, petty towards each other. And in here, it's just so awful because in the movie, Doctor Doom, he's able to convince the Thing to, like, like, tell that Reed's the one that's, like, trying to, not help you out. He's smooching with, Sue. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's already working on the machine. And then, along with that, you have the forced drama of Sue going like, Reed, I don't love you, but I do. And it's just like them just being pissy the whole movie. Because originally she's like dating Victor Von Doom, but like she doesn't want to, obviously. So it's like, I don't care. I really don't. Overall, this is like, it's not flashy or stylish like Spider-Man. It doesn't have like any cool messages or themes like the X-Men. But like, I'm nostalgic for it, so I gotta give it a 6 out of 10. It should be lower. It honestly really... this is like a 4 or like a 5 maybe, but screw it. Let's just get to Rise of Silver Surfer.
Oh, that is cool.
So 2 years later, they came out with Rise of the Silver Surfer, and it is a significant upgrade from the first. Obviously stated, they get, it, I know it, they ruined Galactus. He is just a cloud, and it is so bad. I like how they have a little reference during the end whenever he has like this little like silhouette like form of it, but come on, we all know that's not what we want. The Silver Surfer honestly steals the show here. He is just aura farming the whole entire time. He looks cool. The CGI, especially for 2007, looks fantastic. God damn it. And along with that, it's just, it's fantastic. Yeah, sure. Screw it. I love his backstory. I love him and his connection with Sue. I think it's I gotta use other words, man. I think it's real great. I like the fact that this movie feels more like an adventure, because in the first movie they kind of just stick to like the Baxter building and like Doctor Doom's like boardrooms, but here they actually like go on like to like different parts of the world. They travel, and I feel like just in general this movie just feels like more of like being able to like embrace like the adventure side. I like how the Fantastic Four feel more like a family, which I think is due to the fact that they spent like more like 2 years with each other. I think in general, though, this like still isn't good. There's like a lot of bad things. I kind of don't like the fact that Doctor Doom returned. Whenever I was a kid, I was like, yeah, he's back. It's Doctor Doom, yeah. But here, it's like, I think, the government should obviously know not to trust Doctor Doom, like, at all. And then at the end, he gets like this like Super Mario power up where he's the one on the board, and it's just so dumb. Like, really. I wish the Thing had more to do in this. I like the fact that Johnny, Human Torch, he actually got a lot to do, and I am very happy for that, because in this movie he feels like he's like insecure about who he is, and how he doesn't have like a significant other in his life. This movie is still cheesy as shit. Like the dance scene, whenever Mr. Fantastic is at his like bachelor party, oh my god, that is the queso I need in my life. That is, oh, I love that scene. Everything else is kind of like still kind of just bad. I didn't mention this in the first one, but I think it's just so cringe. It's just so bad how in both movies they have Jessica Alba, and and it goes like, oh no, she has to get naked for this certain reason. Oh no, this was so convenient. And in the first one, they had to get through this crowd, and it's like, if Mr. Fantastic and Johnny got through there, I don't know what her problem was. And in this one, which I'm gonna follow up on with this plot point, she touches power with Johnny, and then she burns her clothes off, and it's like, oh no, she's naked again. And it's like, what? Come on, man. I probably liked it as a kid, but now it's just fucking stupid, because it's like you can't, like, you do it twice, and it's like, come on, man. And what if I said with the whole powers thing? So in this movie with Silver Surfer and his like cosmic rays or whatever, he's able to like mess up and like kind of like have Johnny like power swap with each and every team member, and it's kind of cool at the end to whatever he has like all the powers and he just becomes like a Super Skrull. Essentially, that's pretty cool, but I don't really think it fits the theme of like the Fantastic Four, to where it's kind of like, hey, we need to be like a family, we need to like work together. But I don't know, it's whatever, I guess. I guess my other nitpick is that I don't like the forced drama still in this movie, because Sue and Reed, they're like like trying to get married, and then Sue goes like, you're too focused on your work, you don't care about me. And I've always had a problem with this, like even as a kid, where she's just being a dick to Reed, going like, you're too focused on your science. And yeah, sure, I know he could be like too addicted to his science and all that stuff, but for this like specific like occasion, it's because the Earth and like the world is gonna be destroyed, and he's looking out for these like anomalies in space. Like I think you could cut him a little bit of slack, right? Like besides that, the rest of it is kind of like I like the fact that they have a Fantastic Car sponsored by Dodge. But yeah, overall, this is kind of like a 7 out of 10. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. It has a lot of flaws, but for the most times I watch it, I kind of just ignore them and just have fun with it, honestly. Like nothing will ever beat the Bachelor Party. Nothing can beat that.
Gotta say, it's fantastic.
But here we finally get to Fan 4 Stick. And it's funny, I actually saw this in theaters. You know it, I already know it, this movie is awful. This is like a 1 star. This is like just 1 out of 10, just to get out of the way. Just to give you a couple of points, because I really don't want to talk about this movie. Like anytime I think about this movie, I just get depressed. I'm not even kidding. The whole dark nature and just the whole like gritty atmosphere of this is just so awful. They turned Doctor Doom into this like incel tech bro that's like interested in Sue, and it's just such a horrible movie. Like whenever they go travel to space, whenever the government goes like, you tech guys, you're not going to space, and then they just get drunk one night and go like, yo, why can't we go to space? We're the ones that built this thing. And it's just like, well, no shit, you're not like tested pilots, man. I don't know what to tell you. And I feel so bad for Michael B. Jordan in this, because whenever he heard he got to be the Human Torch, you knew he was so happy. And to be in shit like this, I feel so bad. I mean, I'm happy that, like 3 years later, he got to come back and into another Marvel project and do, Black Panther and Killmonger and such. But wow. This movie is just awful. Like, it's just so dark. And I remember, like, whenever this movie was, a thing, it was because they wanted to make this, like, a realistic, like, body horror film. And it's like, I get it. You want to have a vision. Like, I will never not respect a director's vision, except for this, honestly. For something like this, I just can't excuse, to be honest. It's honestly horrible. There's no good traits about this movie. I think, like take this for example. In the movie, we get to see, Reed and Ben as a kid and how they become friends. For Ben's, like, home life, where he got his iconic catchphrase, "It's clobbering time," it was because his brother beat him as a kid.
Hey, clobbering time.
If I need to go on more, I think you could see why. I just don't have it in me to discuss this at all. One 1 out of 10. It's awful, you know it. I just don't have it in me to keep going with that one. So that's all the Fantastic Four movies, except for the 94 one, which I'm not going to talk about. In terms of other appearances, because they did appear in other films, they had a cameo on Earth 838 in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
And the smartest man alive, Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four.
Where they had fan-casted John Krasinski from The Office as Mr. Fantastic, and they killed him in 2 seconds. So, not good. And then last year, we had...
In fact, I don't give a shit if she removes all my skin and pops me like some nightmarish blood balloon.
We had Deadpool and Wolverine, where we had the return of Johnny Storm, Chris Evans, from Fantastic Four 2005. And you know what? I was so excited to see him. I was so hyped. And then they killed him off. So, R.I.P. Johnny. Whoops. So, yeah, that's really about it. This movie... Fantastic Four coming up. I am really hyped for this. Tell me what you feel about the other Fantastic Four movies. I really hope that you get some joy out of them, and if you don't, that's perfectly fine. Honestly, I hope you really enjoy this new film. But yeah, no, that's really about it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and honestly, I hope you have a fantastic day.
Say that again?